Now we had put in, there were chemical toilets in here before which we didn't fancy, and we had put in electric pump toilets at both ends, in the ensuite here and also in the, sorry about this, I'm trying to open doors, and also in the ensuite, and also at the back rear cab, which you've seen. Now the engineer said that underneath all of this, and if you can see, this is, it was pretty rotten underneath this fitment there, and also underneath the pedestal, and we've left that, most of that there. You can see some staining by the window here, which again, this is on the left hand side of the boat. Sorry about the contrast, but you get an idea of what's going on. And we've also had, this is the inside of the front cabin, and again I've left this here deliberately for you to see. We've taken up obviously the bedding, but there's it's the panels. The electrician ran a light to a cable to the searchlight, and he took away the panels underneath the gunnels to get the wiring in, and he found all this rot. He wasn't a particularly good worker, I have to tell you. But you can see that there, moving curtains away. There, again, it looks worse than it is, and he's actually left some of his tools behind, which is obviously, he was in a big hurry to go. You can, I don't know if you can see the contrast there. It takes a bit of time to react. I actually don't think it's too bad, contrary to whatever you say, but then I don't know what I'm talking about. Again, we're looking through the front window. This is where we saw the rot from the outside. And I'm moving around here a bit, again at the base of the thing. This, don't feel too bad about this. This is not rot. This is actually where he didn't clear up after himself when he was putting in the front light. I think it's just drill shavings, etc. But underneath, we've been getting, sorry, I'm moving too fast here. We've been getting, the walls tend to be a bit wet, and this room is always quite dank, although since we've taken out, you can see some of the mould there, since we've taken out a lot of the soft furnishings, lift that up, it's been a lot better. And again, it rained last week, and we found some, I've just picked this up, this is the laminate that is obviously taken off. This is a bit wet, this wood here, this base is wet. Not soaking wet, but wet, and you can see there's mould there. Again, we have the problem in this room, moving to the right hand side. You can see there's rot on the junction there, and up the window. And sorry, will I move around? Not quite too bad there. It's not super wet underneath there, but again, at the junction, if I zoom in a bit there, it takes time to react, I'm afraid. Junction there, you can see it's rotten. This is above the ensuite in the front cabin, just to give you an idea where we are. Again, that's pretty bad there, pretty well rotten. If I can move there's a hole there actually where I'm putting my finger in, which goes all the way through. And again there, if you look at that junction there, it's not pretty. Actually, this is the wood. This is not too bad. It's the internal wood, I think, which is bad there. And I love this. I love this very, I don't know what it is, 60s or deco type of panel that separates the cabin and the wash basin, but it's such a shame that that itself has started to rot. That is actually solid, that is wet and rotting there, although I don't know whether that can be cut out and replaced. Underneath the drawers underneath seem all to open, which is pretty good, but well, except for this one, which appears not to, and I've got a dehumidifier in here, so I can't get to the cupboard, but I think it gets a bit wet behind there, so I think we're back to the decks issue again. This is the steps in on the starboard side. They're okay, but as you move across to here, the corner, see again it's a bit dark, that's completely rotted through there all the way down. I don't know if you can see that. And I think the bottom step here seems to be moving around a lot. I don't know what's resting on there. It's not rotten, but it just moves, like it's something underneath going rotten. Right, this is where we have our pump out tank. If you look, trying to give you a perspective here, looking out, this is over I'm in the centre cockpit here, and if we look at that, which goes right under the gunnels, it collects water in this area at the top there where the sensor is, and we've cleaned it out a bit, but it does actually collect it, which means water's coming in and getting into that sort of dip at the top. Otherwise the toilet seemed to work well. Not very good when you've got the electrics there though. On the underside of this, apart from being sharp, it's also very wet. I can feel that now. Just doing sort of a panoramic shot so you can get an idea of the size of the boat. I have to say I actually love it. I think it's a great boat, and I wouldn't. The only thing I'd replace is I'd like to get the top in fiberglass, but it's not going to last me forever, and everybody who goes on it enjoys it. So if we can actually just get the question of the previous guy put a TV in. Also, you'd like this. There's a cocktail cabinet in here, which I'll show you.
I can't put it out.
Is it stuck?
Yeah, I can't put it out.
Well, that used to actually come out, and it slides back all the way under the decks, under the gunnels. But I think the fact that we can't get it out could be because my wife can't do it. Shows that that's obviously expanded a bit. But why bother putting that in when there was so much other stuff fundamental to the boat to do? But there you go. Anyway, thank you very much for looking. I'll be interested to see what you think.